Uh, those animals, the hunting pressure's off of them, they know it, and they're looking to either breed or just survive the winter. And that's why a lot of those animals you see year after year in those videos, because they're not getting hunted by hunters, because they're either so high up in the high country that they never get found, or they're just so smart and so wary that the only place you can really catch them is on that winter range. So with that in mind, that is not what this is about. I'm not those people who are trying to sell you videos or DVDs about big deer. I'm not trying to sell you rifles. I'm not trying to sell you rifle scopes. I'm not trying to sell you broadheads, anything like that. I just want to share what I know with you. What's in it for me? Well, I want the questions. I want the feedback. I want the input from you folks on what you like, what you don't like. If you have some requests, send them in. If I don't know what you're looking for, I can't provide it. So I encourage you to send me requests, send me responses to these videos down below, and say, hey, you know what, I think you're full of it on this, or good idea, I hadn't thought of that. That's the stuff I want to hear, because we'll keep going down that direction. I'm looking for 100% feedback on this stuff. So once you decide where you want to hunt in the state, you can hunt over on the west side where those big whoppers live. You can hunt clear over on the east, over the Black Hills, over that neck of the woods down near the Colorado border, in southwest Wyoming where a lot of big deer come from. You can hunt just about anywhere and have a quality deer hunt on a do-it-yourself thing. But that's entirely up to you. If there's a spot that you've often heard about or done a little research about, great. What I'm going to do in subsequent videos is share with you some different parts of the state and what to expect when you're in that part of the state. As an example, if you're going to hunt down in that southwest corner of the state, down in the red desert country, I can't stress to you, hunt the water. You just got to stay near those water sources. Better take some for yourself too, because it's awfully dry down there. You go north of there, up in the big country, you better have your bear spray. You better be careful up there, because there's a lot of grizzly bears, and you can have encounters up there. I've had them. Coming across the northern half of the state, over to the northeast corner of the state, over the Black Hills. Glassing is not as much of an option over there as it is everywhere else in the state. You can't see as far over there. You're hunting a lot of real thick timber, and it's just a different kind of hunting. You head down south to the southeast corner of the state, it's nothing but plains, just rolling hills, a few breaks and ravines and little coulees. But other than that, you're hunting in the wide open down there. Or if you're hunting right here, dead center of the state, right where I call home in central Wyoming, you're hunting a lot of river breaks. I say river breaks. Most of you would call them creeks. You're hunting a lot of broken country, real arid country. A lot of the animals are focused right near the water sources and the creeks and the drainages. And you're hunting a lot of rimrock country, and you're doing a lot of glassing. Just as a side note, I'm not going to push any particular brand of equipment. I'll tell you what I use. It's not because they're funding me, or that's not because they're paying me, but I'll share the equipment that I use. But I will tell you this. The most money you can spend on optics, do it. Because every dime that you spend on optics is money well spent. That's important. So moving on. Once you've decided, and like I said, we'll go through this step by step, and I'm going to devote a whole video to nothing but area selection. And we're going to try to do some trophy quality in those areas, but trophy quality in these areas is subjective at best, because you don't have to report every deer you kill. It doesn't get measured. There are so many deer that come out of these areas by people who aren't in the hunting world, to where they subscribe to all the big buck magazines and subscribe to all the big buck blogs. These are guys who just love to hunt, go out, shoot one, and they nail the horns to their backyard fence, and nobody ever hears about them. So some of these publications that profess to tell you the trophy quality of an area, yes, those areas have the ability to produce some trophy quality animals, but who's to say they're producing them all? So I question that information a little bit, and I hope to dispel some of those myths too. So I just wanted to take opportunity in episode number 2 to share with you what my whole goal was here. I wanted to give you a little more idea of where we're headed with this thing. So starting in our next episode, we'll start narrowing down some areas. I'll be pointing some areas in the maps here, and then we'll get on to some preparation. Ultimately, we'll take it outdoors, show you how to spot some animals, where to look for the sources of water, the sources of food, that kind of stuff. I want you guys feeling good about this, feeling comfortable enough to come out here and make this do-it-yourself hunt happen. In the meantime, there are going to be issues that come up where I'm gonna want to get on and share some information with you about different things. But until then, we're just going to keep on keeping on, helping you out doing your do-it-yourself hunt. It's almost September here in Wyoming, and that's a fun, busy time of year for me because I love to archery hunt. I love to archery hunt antelope, archery hunt elk and mule deer, and September 1 is when all that kicks off. So you're going to have to come along with me. You don't have a choice. If you want to watch these videos, you're going to have to come out in the field with me, and you're going to see some of that action going on too. I've been out in the last few days. There's some monster mule deer out there. We had a really wet spring, and the horn growth is just amazing. Lots of big bucks in velvet, and I cannot wait. I'm itching to get back out there and do it. So once again, I'm your host, Lucky, and I want to remind you that Christians call what we do fellowship. Yuppies call it bonding, but we hunters, we just call it hunting.